Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the Cameraman. Today is Thursday, October 29th, 2020, and this is a follow-up in the ongoing saga of the supposedly cartwheeling moon, and this is another invitation to anyone around the globe, especially if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, who can film the moonrise, the full moonrise on October 31st, November the 1st, just coming up in a few days. I'd like to thank the people who sent me videos and photos from various locations confirming that the moon was exactly as I predicted it would be and not how Catfish said it would be. Your videos were very helpful and hopefully a good practice run for the coming full moon. Now, Eric the Angry Catfish has predicted that as seen from the Southern Hemisphere, or I should say for those looking north to the moon, as I am from New Zealand, and certainly from Darwin this time, observers in Darwin will in fact be looking north, not looking south as they were back in July when the moon was south of Darwin. So Catfish has predicted that the crater Tycho will be at the bottom of the moon as seen from the Southern Hemisphere, particularly it seems when the moon is setting, which means that if you're keen enough, you would have to get up just before or just after sunrise, depending on your location, to film the moon setting. This is my view from Tauranga, New Zealand, and as you can see from the data there on the left-hand side, top box here, it's 7:19 p.m. on October 31st. Remember that New Zealand is ahead of the rest of the world with our time zone. And the moon will be at transit, or will be due north at 12:55 a.m. on November the 1st, and it will set at 6:31 a.m. on November the 1st, 2020. So let's run this forward. Once again, I've got the size of the moon enlarged so we can see it easily while I'm zoomed out, and I've got the pole sticks and equator marked, as you can see. And notice the stars in the background as we follow the moon across the sky. Most of the apparent motion of the moon is due to the rotation of the Earth, of course, but in fact the moon actually orbits from west to east, not from east to west as it appears to cross the sky. So let's run this forward. We can see that Tycho is at about the 3 o'clock position here. And it's not rotating any differently to the background stars. The background stars are rotating in the same way. As we come up to transit, which is when we're looking due north, the meridian line is between north and south there, we can see that Tycho is at about the 1 o'clock position as seen from my location in New Zealand. Let's carry on. And Tycho is at the 12 o'clock position at about 2:30 a.m. New Zealand time. And now we'll be coming up to sunrise very soon. Here we go. And as the moon is setting, we can see that Tycho is at about the 11 o'clock position. Still at the top of the moon, certainly not at the bottom of the moon. But Eric the Angry Catfish predicts that Tycho Crater will be at the bottom of the moon as seen from the Southern Hemisphere. So if you're keen enough to film the moon throughout the night at different periods, maybe you could get up every few hours and take some shots, or if you're keen enough, the really important one is to catch the moon, the full moon, just before it's setting on November 1st, 2020. That may be October 31st, depending on your time zone, but Eric maintains that Tycho Crater will be at the bottom of the moon when the moon is setting, as seen from the Southern Hemisphere. Thank you for your help.